I know I've put this off for a long time, but I think it's time for us to have the talk. I know what you're thinking. Mom, please let Dad handle this, please. But sweetie, your father is on that month-long business trip to Ohio with that hussy, with his business partner, Jennifer. And, I mean, you've left things up on the computer 3 times in the last week. And I've tried to ignore it. I believe any truly modern mother would try. But the truth is that those films, they just don't show the truth of, well, I guess, the human condition. And no son of mine is going to be slamming into some poor girl's fun tunnel without taking proper precautions first. And I guess I'm being a little unmodern by assuming that you're into girls. But you would correct me if I were wrong, right? Because we live in a very accepting and honest family. You would correct me, right? Now, it seems as though you've managed to grasp the basics through online instruction, and I know that your father gave you the surprise, there's hair down there speech, which is just about the only fatherly duty he's managed to go through with in the past 5 years. But I digress. Honey, sex isn't like installing a beautiful IKEA table. You aren't provided with all the materials by our God above like you are with Swedish furniture. He gives you the furniture parts, but you have to provide the manual and the screwdriver. And the screwdriver cover. Don't give me that look. Screwdriver covers are a very important part of any young boy's burgeoning sexuality. They protect you from things, like genital herpes. Genital herpes is... I'll send you some pictures later. It'll be both informative and scarring. Darling, I also want to cover the issue of consent. I know that my dear, darling little boy would never try to make a girl do something that she didn't want to. My dear, darling little boy knows that if anything like that got back to his mother, she would lose all will to live and end up like crazy Mrs. Harrison with the 14 cats. And my little boy would never do that to his mother, right? Right. Sweetie, coitus is like, well, it's like plugs and outlets. And the metaphor, in this metaphor, you're the plug. Though, of course, you could be the outlet if you really wanted to. I know your father is a little partial to that. And the thing is that if the outlet isn't conducting electricity, then you can't stick your plug in it, can you?
Oh, he's awesome.
Though that metaphor is actually more apt for necrophilia. No, what I mean is that coitus is like, it's like when you're a car and your partner is a stoplight, and you have to pay attention to the color of the light because running the red light will cost you over $250 in fines, and it's immoral. And you would never do something immoral, right? Well, now that's over. Take a condom and a cookie and call your father.